Sex educations. What do I mean by sex education? Some parents are afraid to teach them about these educations. Yes, you know why they are afraid? Because they feel that that child is not up to the certain age to learn about such word. But I want to tell you that you are wrong. In as much that child is a boy or a girl, a child should be known what we call sex education. Now, what do I mean by sex education? Sex education is the information which you give to a child about sex to protect that child from being harmed. Yes, because sometimes I have mingled with children of from 5 to 11, 12. And I find out that some children don't even know about what we call sex education. Even teachers, some of them are afraid to discuss about sex education with children. Now, some children, they might not know. By the time a boy would deceive them or a girl would deceive them into that very act, before they will realize, it will be too late. So I want to advise some parents to try as much as possible to give their children knowledge about sex. What will happen to them peradventure they involved in that kind of act? And you know that if you should give a child about sex education, this child will have knowledge before even go into the act, before even go into the process of sex. Before you even talk about sex, they will tell you that if you should have sex in so age, that is premature sex. If you should have sex when you are not this, you might be pregnant. If you should have sex when you are not up to this stage, you may have yourself damaged. But some children are very, very ignorant about this word called premature sex. So parents, guardians, try and give your child the information about what we call sex education or what we call sex. Because by the time they give them this pre-knowledge about sex, they will know before the time comes. Peradventure, they are into it. They are in the level of practicing it. They will remember that this is what their parents taught them. I went to a hospital one certain time to visit, and I was hoping to see a matured girl giving birth to a child. Unknown to me that I'm going to see a child of underage giving birth. A child of 15, 16, 17 giving birth to a child. And when I asked, how old are you? She said, I am 15 years old. I said, wow, madam, this is so surprising. In fact, should I say I am surprised to hear this? I am not surprised, because I feel that that child is a victim of what that child supposed know from their parent, a victim of what that child supposed know even from their guardians. You teach a child what we mean by sex education. There are many ways of teaching a child about sex education that will prevent her or prevent him of falling a victim of circumstances. Now, by the time we are not teaching a child what they call sex education, they may have what we call premarital, pregnancy, and that may cause them their life sometimes, because if they should go into this act or someone lure them into it to a kind of what they did not know, they may fall a victim of circumstances. So what I am advising our parents out there is to teach the children about sex education. You can, some people, when I have interaction with one woman like that, I said, you have girls at home, how are you preventing them from pregnancy? She said that it's God that is helping her, that she used to teach them about sex education. Sometimes she will say that when you meet a man, when it's not yet time for you to meet a man, when you go into sex, when it's not, let me open up, when you go into sex, when it's not yet time, one, you may be pregnant, two, you may be out of the school. Secondly, you are not psychologically enough to face the develop enough to face the challenges that will occur when pregnancies occur. So that is how she always taught the children. But some parents are afraid to open up. Open up to your child that if a man should touch their child when they are under ovulation, they may be pregnant. If a man should call them, come and take biscuit, I will give you sweet, they should know that it's not ordinary sweet. If a man should, every time the man will just come, hey, uncle, uncle, it is not ordinary uncle. A lot of these are happening in social media today. So what am I going to achieve from what I'm saying today is the advice given to a young age of a boy or a girl about sex education. The sex show, you will do it in as much the blood and this fresh is concerned, but you are to have the fair knowledge about what you are going to practice in future in order to prevent you from falling a victim of circumstances. So that is the my lesson today. So my lesson is all about sex education today. I said that sex education is the knowledge of, is information or the knowledge which the mother or a child or even teachers are giving to children. The information they give them about sex is what I am talking about today. For them to have a healthy sex, they need to mature enough or have knowledge of what we call sex, so that they will be able to tackle with the circumstances that surround sex. So thank you very much for listening, and continue to follow us for more information about things that is affecting us in the society. Thank you.